Nothing in the world is cheaper than a good idea without any action behind it. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from chat number 795 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story, because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. In the 1960s, Sears and Roebuck Company was a dominant U.S. retailer, generating billions in annual sales and operating over 700 department stores and employing 250,000 people. Its iconic catalog, reaching millions of households, and private label brands like Kenmore and Craftsman shaped consumer culture. Its dominance seemed insurmountable. In 1962, Sam Walton opened the first Walmart when he was 44 years old. How remarkable that a guy in Rogers, Arkansas, the location of the first store, with no money, blew right by Sears, and that Walton accomplished this transformation of American retail in the second half of his life. Walton wasn't a newbie to retail. He started at JCPenney's and then owned a Ben & Franklin 5 and dime. But Walton stands out in the business world for making bias for action central to Walmart's culture. He always had a strong bias toward action, a trait that's been a big part of the Walmart story. And he specifically looked for action-oriented, do-it-now type folks. His impatience drove extraordinary results. When an executive promised to complete a 360-page project in 90 days, Sam replied, "You've got 60 days. He understood that nothing in the world is cheaper than a good idea without any action behind it. The first Walmart in Rogers, Arkansas wasn't particularly impressive at the start, but it did $1 million that year. David Glass, who helped open the second store and who later became CEO of Walmart, remembered the second store opening as the worst retail store he had ever seen, with watermelons popping in the heat and a donkey who was there for 5-cent kiddie rides doing what donkeys do in the parking lot. The aisles were a mixture of watermelon slush and donkey manure. However, the punchline is that Walmart surpassed Sears, Roebuck and Company as the largest U.S. retailer by annual sales in 1990. In that year, Walmart reported annual sales of $32 billion, while Sears recorded $31 billion, making the first time Walmart surpassed Sears in sales. The better story to tell yourself is I have a bias for action. Thought determines what you want, but action determines what you get. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunity. The great tragedy of most people is not ignorance, not knowing what to do. It's inaction, not doing it. They know what must be done. They know what they desire, but they delay, procrastinate, and hesitate. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Take action. It's the only way to get what you want. Tell me a story of a great example of bias for action to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Send this to someone you think would benefit from this story right now. You can download my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.